How's it going? No, I mean we did have quite some time to get here, so I don't think they took as many detours and shortcuts up there in the air. No, not at all. I mean the chairs were comfy, and they put you up in first class, or did they have you in coach? Yeah, I got you there. Yeah, we are here at Monza. It's gonna be great, that's for sure. Um, I race these tracks. Actually, last Thursday I raced it. We kind of did it did it a little differently than what the guys are gonna run it here tonight. I mean, we were all open track, so no matter no matter where we went, uh, it didn't matter. So I mean, when you get the chicane coming off the front stretch, we didn't slow down. We just went straight through those barriers and the cones there. So
Yep, and I seem to forgot to press my button, so everybody can't hear me, but
oh
they
well, there
can't.
you go.
But they can now. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm not gonna go over the plane story again, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
So they heard you, Rob, and that's all that matters. You're the main host
exactly.
of this, so
I wouldn't say that, but all right. I appreciate it.
yep. So yeah, I mean, something I'm super excited about with this track is the ability of these drivers to get around these sharp corners, and I'm going to pull up some information here soon to talk about what the actual the way the track is laid out. Um, but I'm really excited to see how these guys do. Last week was in Atlanta. Now, Rob, tell us what happened last week at Atlanta.
So last week in Atlanta, we had there was a few close calls with some drivers. Ultimately, there was some drivers that kind of fell off, and got turned around and were kind of put out of the race. But you know, the big stories were, we had Mike Weir coming first.
Yeah, he shot off
Uh,
like a rocket at the beginning of that. Nobody caught him.
yeah, and then we had, I believe it was, well, we had Killenbeck in second, and we had Sean Crooks in third. And
Okay.
I mean, we've seen those drivers other places, and you know, everybody here are amazing racers,
Yes.
and these three just put on a really good show for us. And I believe Weir had like a 25-second lead.
At the end
I
of the
believe it
night, it, it,
was.
it was almost at a half a minute. Yeah, it was. It was. I don't know how he did it.
I,
Um,
I'm not sure, but I mean, it did make for some great racing. I mean,
yes.
I believe Mansfield was up there until he got turned when he got into some lap traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And here at Monza, the track is a little bit smaller,
Yep.
so this these lap cars are gonna play a really big factor in this, I think.
Yeah. So I do want to talk about Monza because I want to go over some of their track facts that we got. This track was built in 1922. It is 100 years old. Uh, it is 100 years old this year. Actually, when they actually opened it was September 3rd, 1922. So it's it's a century old. It's a century track now.
Yeah,
There's only a few tracks like that in the world, and this is one of them. I also want to go over some of the way that the track is laid out, because the track is very, very interesting. We're doing the Grand Prix today, or the Grand Circuit, I believe is what they're calling it. So we're hitting the longest and the biggest parts of the track in this race. So we got some tight corners, some good corners, some straightaways that should get some good passing on, and you're going to see some good battles on these turns, especially going into turns 1 and 2, coming off the front stretch. It is going to be a battle for these guys because I'm sorry I just keep going on, but they're going to be a battle with these guys because as they come into turns 1 and 2, it's a 90, and then it's like a 110-degree angle back to get into the track. So, yeah.
And I mean, it's going to be hard for them too because I mean they are coming off that long straight off the last turn, past the start finish line, and then they have to really, really brake hard to come into that chicane.
Yep.
I wouldn't even call it a chicane because of that 110.
Yeah.
But it's really, really tight there, and you don't have a lot of room to play with there.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the names of these corners. They're in the language of the land, and I'm not good with that type of stuff. So I'm just going to call it what it is. Turns 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to 11, and I'll hopefully we can get through it and not butcher it too much for the local natives here. But I do want to go over some other things that I'm finding out. Good old Wikipedia is coming in strong for this. So lap records here. Now we're not getting anywhere close to these times, but this is a massive track. This track is. Let me find it here. It's 3.6 miles, right? Yeah. And this lap, or the fastest lap, is 1:21, set in 2004 by Rubens Barrichello in the F1 car. Now, comparing them to the times we have tonight, practice times are getting, sub 2 minutes. So the fastest lap on track right now is Eric McCready with 1:48. So.
Yeah, and everybody's fairly close from what I see. They're within 2 seconds or about 4 seconds from, David Tamara at 1:52.96 to Eric McCready. So, I mean, these guys are fast out here, and but mind you, they're not racing; they're still practicing.
That's
they're just getting everything warmed up. They're getting themselves warmed up. They're getting over the jet lag.
Yep.
And
but I do want to point out one thing I'm finding here in the list. We do have an actual world record for the GT3 series set by Michael Fabrizio. I'm not sure if that name is right, but he was driving the I'm sorry, that's not the right name. It's Kevin Estries driving the Porsche 911 RSR 19. That was set in 2021, so last year during the 6 hours they did here at Monza. That time was 1:46. So let's see that they're close. They're 2 seconds off.
Yeah.
They could set a new record here tonight here at Monza for the GT3 series.
Yeah, it could be possible. I mean, right now it's an Audi out front, but I mean, the Porsches aren't that far back.
No.
So I mean, our fastest Porsche right now is Mason Neal at 1:49.3. So,
yeah, I do see that. So I mean, it's gonna be awesome to see. We have a massive field tonight. Gonna have close to 20 drivers again, like we did last week.
Yep.
We do have I'm seeing a lot of Ferraris out there. I'm seeing a few Porsches too, but it's between the drivers for sure. It's between the manufacturers. Ferrari is definitely going to be the manufacturer to beat tonight.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Let's go over how that weather is. That was loud. Sorry about that, guys. So let's go over the weather.
Alrighty.
So, partly cloudy with the wind out of the east.
Again, it's following it. I swear it's because we fly so much that our planes just carry the system with us.
Yep. We have the outside temperature today is 65 degrees, but that track temperature is 100 degrees. So that is going to be major because these tires are going to fall off more, meaning these guys are going to be a lot looser, and they may have to pit a lot more tonight or today. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we're sitting at noon right now, so I mean, it's only going to get hotter, I'm sure, because as that sun peaks in the sky, it's going to get really warm out there.
yep, definitely. And there's Mike Weir driving the number 20 car. Good looking car.
It is a good looking car.
Yep,
I
he's
mean, I'm not a Ferrari guy, but
I'm not
I'll
really
hand
any
it.
of these guys. I'm not really into the exotics. I just like good racing when I see it. But if I had to pick one, it would be the BMW as of last week. So
Of course.
I like BMWs, man.
Yeah, how'd your
And
BMWs fare last week?
there's that 1 and 2 turn I'm talking about. That's gonna be the bottleneck of the night, I believe, right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's you have to get down pretty slow to get in there, and I mean you're probably talking like 50 mile an hour at the max
Yep.
just to get around that. So, I mean, when you're coming off that straight, and I believe that's our longest straight, and you're hitting speeds of 160 plus mile an hour, and have to slow down, you know, like 90 mile an hour. That's quite a bit.
Well,
Or
yeah,
actually 110 mile an hour.
but look at turns 4 and 5 too. That's also an area that's going to be the cause for people to slow down and bottleneck up there. So this is going to be a very technical track for these guys. You do have the turns on 8, 9, and 10. That's kind of a S turn, kind of the chicane that you're talking about earlier. So they may be able to maintain some speed and make that try to cut the track. Actually, right there, you're looking at it.
Yep.
So if they can cut them corners and get their braking zones right, that could be a fast turn. And from 10, you can see them headed down to turn 11, and it comes in real sharp, but it fades out into the straightaway. So it's a very cool looking turn here. And this turn, actually back in the 50s, they used to have banks higher than Daytona and Talladega here. Yeah, when you get up on these banks and you're riding, I mean, the gravity would force you out instead of pulling you in like it does because the banking was so high. Actually, it's where some of the world's fastest oval. This was the world's fastest oval at one time. So.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've shut that way down now. It's still a good part of the race, but you can see it off in the distance. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good deal.
And so we got about 10 minutes left of practice here before we get into qualifying and then go into the 45-minute main race.
Yep.
So those of y'all who haven't watched GT3 before, this is a timed race. So it's 45 minutes plus 1 lap.
Yep.
So once that 45 minutes hits, they'll get the leader will get the white flag, and then he'll bring it around to close it out.
That's it. And it'll be fun to see how these guys do, because like we were saying before, this is a good technical track for these guys to work on. Atlanta was rough, but and we've seen some mishaps. Early in the race, or JP Alfonso and Mason Neal got into each other. So that was a mishap that they had. Then you've seen Donnie the Hot Rod York have some mishaps with the leaders, halfway through the race.
Yeah.
But Chris Weir, he just walked away with it. So maybe he can do the same thing tonight. I'm sorry, Mike Weir. Mike Weir can walk away with it tonight. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's currently sitting 6th in practice. So, but I mean, we're still practicing. So, I mean, practice times don't really mean all that much. Once you get into qualifying, you get your faster lap times down, then we'll really start to see who's able to handle this track the best.
Yep.
These cars are beautiful.
Yeah, they
I
are.
can't stop looking at them.
Yeah, they definitely do look good. But go ahead and let's talk about these sponsors that we have tonight, Rob.
All right, so our first sponsor is going to be JP Alfonso Studios. He's a tattoo artist out of North Atlanta and does amazing black and white work. He has, other folks in his shop that do great color work as well. Um, Now, if you want to get the tattoo by him, in our bio below is links there. You can go check out his website. You can get in contact with him to book an appointment. Now, I know personally, he's a little booked until about 2023. So, I mean, you book an appointment, you save your money, you get yourself an amazing piece of artwork. Um, yeah. So again, we thank him for sponsoring this broadcast, and yeah, just check him out, guys. It's he does great work. Our second one is going to be Admin Box. And what Admin Box is it's a plug and play box, almost like a Stream Deck, where when the race controller, if they're in the race and they need to throw a yellow flag, or they need to throw a blue and yellow flag like you would see in GT3 here, they can just reach over and hit that button, and they don't have to worry about typing out a command or really taking their eyes off the screen. So yeah, they're also in our description box there, so go on and check them out.
Yep.
And lastly, we have our league is Happy Hour Racing. We very, very grateful that they brought us on as broadcasters, and even allowed us to race with them. I know you got kicked out of Richmond, but that's besides the point.
Let's talk about that. I didn't actually get kicked out. I opted to go into the broadcast booth because I kept losing a lot, and I kind of got a little. They don't kick people out of their stuff.
No.
That's just me fooling around. They are great guys. They are good for new people coming into iRacing to learn off of, and you get a little exposure from the broadcast. So there's some pluses here with this league.
Absolutely.
Once you get good here, you can move on to a different league. They don't have anything against double leagues or double leaguing, double clanning, so to say. So if you want to race in this league and 5 other leagues during the week, you can. They're not going to say anything to you about it. They're just here to help you along the way. So a big shout out to them, because this is where I learned. I still have rookie licenses with iRacing because of this. I just league race now, and I feel like I learned more and I have more fun with it. So.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm the same way. I mean, I'm still rookies in the ovals and everything else, and these guys have, I've raced with them. They've given me tips, and I think I have improved tenfold on when I started, just by listening to the veterans and taking their constructive criticism and putting it into action.
Yep, I mean. This field that we have tonight is just full of every licenses except for the pro license. We have rookies out here. We have D's, C, B, and A's. So that sounds like my report card. Except the minus the A.
Mine are only A's. So.
Minus the A's part. All right. Well, let's go into an ad break. So we're gonna show some of the ads that our sponsors, our broadcast league sponsors, has given us to show. So we'll be right back after we show those. So, Rob, we got about 3 minutes left. You ready to go qualify here at Monza?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I've been waiting. I've been watching these guys, go around this track all day, and I'm just ready for some actual racing here.
Yeah, I am too. Practice has been fun, but I'm ready to see what kind of lap times. Maybe we can get somebody to beat the fastest record out there right now. Maybe we can get
Maybe, I
somebody to
mean,
push that 43 or 146. So
yeah, I mean they're only 2 seconds back, so it's just a matter of hitting the apexes properly, hitting your braking zones properly, and
mhm.
they can up those lap time, or decrease those lap times significantly.
Yeah, that's just getting the lines right. That's the biggest
Yep.
thing. So, and Italy's and Monza is Italy is treated us well.
Hmm.
They got some pretty good Italian food.
Well, I mean that's where it came from.
Yeah, but what also come from Italy?
What's that?
The mafia. So
Yeah,
I'm trying not to take a loan out, if you know what I mean.
yeah. Well, I mean I might have to, because I mean, have you seen the price of those big, wheels of Parmesan?
Yeah, but why do you
They're
need that much
expensive.
Parmesan?
Because I went to a restaurant, okay, and what they do is they take that wheel and they kind of carve it out a little bit so it's like a bowl. And what they do is they take your pasta and dump it in while it's hot
So hang
and
on, let me
mix it
stop you
around.
there. What is pasta?
Pasta,
Thank
whatever.
you, thank you.
Okay, I'm Canadian. Leave me alone. But they dump it in there, mix it all up, and it's absolutely delicious. So I mean, I have to bring one of those back and make it myself.
Mm, definitely sounds good.
Oh, it's delicious. I'll take you out after.
Hey, Mom.
Thank you. I'll definitely need that because I've not been there yet. So
Well,
you and your dang Parmesan.
it's delicious. What can I say?
Yeah.
We're about 20 seconds from closing out practice here, and then we'll get into some qualifying.
Oh, good deal.
Now, just to let you guys at home know, you may see, multiple cars on the track from our cameras, but just to let you know, they're only one car on the track at one time.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about, the racers worrying about other drivers while they're out there. No, they're out there on their own, and it's just, our camera work, our camera magic that makes them seem that they're on the same track at the same time.
Yes, and they're going to look like they're right side by side each other, but that's not the case. So
Yeah.
they do individual practices, 2 laps at 10 minutes. So we should be getting ready to roll here soon. I think we've got 65 minutes. We got 65 minutes, so we got another 5 minutes here to go.
Okay, we got another 5 minutes. All right.
Yep.
I apologize on that.
Yep. Yeah, it was my bad too. I could have swore it was the other way around, but
Yeah. So it looks like, our fastest time is going to be Mason Neal so far, with a 1:48.44.
yeah, but Alfonso and Edward Belair is still not put
Yeah.
put laps down. So
Yeah,
they're neglecting to practice. Maybe that may affect them. Do you think it will?
I mean, I'm sure the drivers have been here, just about all week, and
Yeah.
they've been, running around these tracks. So it's hard to say, but I mean, these guys are fairly veteran drivers. So, I mean, I know JP is. So, I mean, I don't think it'll come into play that much.
Well, that's good. I don't think it will either. I know when I was speaking with JP, he said that he had some practice sessions scheduled this week with a real driver that races this stuff. So maybe he got some good tips tonight, and he's not wanting to put it out on everybody to see tonight or in practice yet. He wants to save it for the actual race.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, he doesn't want to give up his tips and tricks, and practice. Everybody's looking at you, so I mean,
Yeah, they're trying to see what line you run in and stuff like that. So
yeah,
and to me, I think that's a smart move. I mean, I can't say anything. I've been practicing for the MX5 race on Sunday. So,
I mean, I've been doing the same for Daytona tomorrow. So I mean,
oh,
I can tell you tomorrow I am going to be tired because right after this I'm jumping on a plane again, heading to Daytona, jumping in the car and ripping around the track just to, get everything a little loosened up and warmed up. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, good luck. Like Eddie Baker is telling you, if you lift, he'll turn you. So don't get
yeah,
turned.
I'm not gonna get turned.
Turned? You're not gonna get
Yeah,
turned.
I'm not gonna get turned.
I like it. I like it. All right,
I'm just gonna
guys.
put the hammer down and go. So
All right, we have less than 2 minutes before we go to practice, so we're just gonna sit here, guys. We're gonna get our throats ready for this 45. Well, really, it's gonna be over 45-minute broadcast. We will have post race afterwards, talking to the winners and maybe the fastest mover if we can get them in. So we're gonna grab some water. I heard they have some good food here, so I may run down there and get me some food real quick. But
you want to give me a Stromboli?
a Stromboli?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me your credit card.
Just throw it on the company one. It's all right.
All right. We'll see you back here when they go back to qualifying. Well, let's go qualifying.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, me too. We're gonna get these guys on the track here, and we're gonna check their times out. They'll have an out lap, then they will have a timed lap, and then another timed lap. So you see, they're just gonna take it easy around these turns because that turn right there is gonna be a booger tonight.
Yeah, it is. And, they're going to take the time, get the tires warmed up, get the brakes warmed up.
Yep.
So that when they're time lapse, when it really comes down to it, they have the grip there, they have the braking strength there, and they can try and put down the fastest laps that they possibly can.
Yeah, and everybody seems to be getting on track now. I did see that Eric McCready jumped in front of Mason Neal at the last minute in practice with a 148.42, where Mason Neal is 148.44. So them two may be battling all night, depending on how we go.
Yeah, it could be. And I've noticed when Neal gets to the front of the pack, he just kind of takes off with it.
Yeah, and every race he's done that.
And I mean, it's really hard to catch him unless he makes a mistake. And really, I haven't seen him make many mistakes out here.
No, I've not either. And he had some misfortunes yesterday in the sprint cars at the dirt. But dirt and road is two totally different animals, and he seems to strive, or he seems to thrive here on the asphalt. So
yeah, absolutely.
look at him take that S turn there.
Wow.
He's not lifting at all. I mean,
No. He may have to lift a little bit just to avoid that time penalty when he comes off and goes out of track like he did there off the end of that S turn.
yep.
Um, but, I mean, that's what the outlap's for.
Yep. And right now we're watching JP Alfonso. And like I said, he's been practicing. I know he's been practicing here all week. He's ready for this race, and he's going to be looking at Mason Neal because remember last week at Atlanta, them two got together 2 laps in.
Yeah.
So them two got together and took them both out really. So they didn't even finish the race.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. I mean, because I know JP was putting down a lot of time and a lot of practice because, I mean, that was his home track. So,
Yep.
I mean, he's going to be out here tonight, and I think he's going to try and push to be, in the front. So we can kind of get a redemption of last week.
Yeah, he's just got to get up there to the front, or he's either going to start chipping away at these guys early or work his way through the field. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen him race at other tracks, and I mean, he can be right behind you, right beside you, and then all of a sudden he just kind of disappears, and he's right there in front of you. So
And here comes his first time lap here. So let's see how he takes on this first turn. I mean, he is reaching a lot of speed right now. Yeah, he's at about 48 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour through that first and second turn there.
yeah, there's crazy amounts of speed.
Yeah, they're only going to get faster.
Yep. As those tires get worn in, and these drivers feel a little bit more comfortable with the track, you can see them start to push their cars, and yeah, that's also a beautiful paint scheme on that car.
Yeah, he's repping his logo on the side. You see that?
I did not say. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, I seen that last week. We're going to
No,
follow
it
along
was
with
a
him
little
since
dark, so.
Yeah, we're going to follow along with him since he started his lap here, and see how fast he can get. Eric McCready is currently your pole sitter as of right now, but that will change more than likely. He's currently setting a 148.36. I can't draw anything like that, so don't you even ask, Rob.
Oh, come on. I mean, I want something nice like that sitting on my car for Daytona. You want to rewrap it when we get down there and off the flight?
No, I'm good. Let's see what his first lap time's going to come in at.
Yeah, and I mean, right now he's reaching speeds of like 156 on that front straight.
Yep, and they're still totaling up the time. Was that not his first?
That was his first time lap, but I believe he may have gone off track a little bit.
And that will affect them having a lap time score. So, maybe we can get a good lap time in here and get him on. But let's take a look at some of these other guys. There's Cody Weir. He's currently sitting third with a 149.14.
Mike Weir.
What did I say? Chris Weir?
Cody.
We
don't even have a Cody, so I don't know even know where you pulled that from.
And Mike Ware's, I got that right. Mike Ware's fastest lap was that lap at 149.14. So good job by him. Look at him, down to 40 miles an hour to get to that.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean they're coming at like 162, 163 mile an hour down to there.
Yep.
And have to get slowed up by 120 mile an hour just to make that turn. So you can see a lot of bunching up, and this first lap, that first corner is that's going to be where the techniques of these drivers come in, and they'll have to avoid one another.
Yeah, and they will eventually file out, and you'll start having individual battles. But he's sideways, and that's Christopher Morrison there, and he's off track, and still trying to gain control of it. Oh,
Oh, he taps that wall.
that may have got that suspension out of line. Got to crank back up here. Let's see if he's wobbling a little bit.
So it looks like JP Alfonso posted a time of 1:49.47.
Good job by him.
Currently about a second back from Eric McCready. That's currently leading this at a 1:48.36.
Look at Mike Weir and James Smith's time. 2/100ths of a second is what has him has him separated. Looking through the field here, yeah, they are the closest ones tonight. So, yeah. And as we had a fan point out, Christopher Morrison does have some splitter damage there.
Yeah, it does look like that. So that's gonna hurt him, mind you. You know, because he went off track, it's not gonna be timed, which is unfortunate because it doesn't look like he's posted a time yet. So
nope. There's a few guys that have not posted times. That's going to be Mason Neal, Christopher Morrison, Aaron Bloom, Don Warren, Robert Johns, Edward Belair, and John Barry have not posted times tonight. But we do currently have 11 drivers that have posted times, and we're going to run these down in order as of right now. That's Eric McCready, Jose Pugh, and Jose, if that's wrong, please let me know and post so I can get that right for next week. In third, we currently have sitting at James Smith. Fourth, Mike Weir. In fifth, Sean Crook. Sixth, David Tamara. Seventh, JP Alfonso. Eighth, Charles Harris. Ninth, Jamie Maudsley. And 10th, Scott Shepard. And in 11th, Eddie Baker. So
who's your pick for tonight, Andrew?
That's a question that I don't want to have asked of me tonight.
Well, I mean, we're almost done qualifying here. We got a minute left of qualifying, so
I'm going to go with a guy that I've not seen tonight, up until tonight. You know, it may have been he wasn't racing last week for whatever reason, but I'm going to go with Eric McCready. I did not see him last week, and he's coming in, putting down the fastest lap times. I'm going to see how well he does, see if he can, you know, like Mike Weir did, because he started first last week, just get the gun and shoot off to the front and stays there. So I'm going to go with Eric McCready for those reasons.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to go with... I'm going to be a little biased here. I'm going to go with Canadian. All right. And not just because he won last week. Okay. But I'm going to go with Mike Weir. You know, I saw him race last week. He had an amazing race. He was able to, you know, stay out of trouble. And when it came to lap traffic, it was almost like they were standing still and he just flew by them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Mike Weir as my pick for tonight.
Yep. We do have the official starting lineup. I'll take care of the first 10 if you'll finish it off.
Absolutely.
All right. And first we have Eric McCready. In second, Jose Pugh. In third, we have James Smith. In fourth, Mike Weir. Fifth, Sean Crooks. David Tamara starting sixth. JP Alfonso in seventh. Eighth is Charles Harris. Ninth, Jamie Maudsley. And 10th is Scott Shepard.
11th, we got Eddie Baker. 12th, we got Mason Neal. 13th, we got John Barry. 14th, we got Edward Belair. 15th, we got Don Warren. 16th, Aaron Bloom. 17th, Christopher Morrison. And rounding out in the last place is Robert Johns.
And the blimp camera's got a good look on that high bank part I was telling you about. Take a look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's...
I would not want to go around that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the only thing you got up there is a guardrail. That's it.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's all you got is a guardrail. So.
Yeah, no, I'll stick to my lower banks.
All right. Everybody that's watching in the chat right now, I'm speaking to the fans directly. Share this everywhere you can, because this race is about to get underway as soon as that pace car decides he wants to roll. So you just got a few more seconds to do so. So share the heck out of this.
Yeah, and throw down who you think's going to win tonight in the chat. And, you know, let's see who's right. Is Andrew going to be right with his pick, or am I going to continue my curse and Weir's just going to have some trouble? And yeah, let's just hope not.
Yep. And these guys, it's going to be fun to see what happens here because it's going to be a race for sure. We're looking for battles tonight, and I think we're going to see some good battles.
Oh, absolutely.
That pace car will zip in. They will not do a lap around this track. It's too big to do a lap. The pace car will zip in, and we will be green here momentarily, guys. They will hit turns 11, go around turn 11, and that'll be all she wrote. That'll be green.
And it currently looks like, I believe, 2 drivers are not on track.
Yep, and that is Edward Belair and Robert Johns. They may have missed the
missed the grid. Yeah.
They'll be able to still get back on track as soon as they go green. They'll be able to go and roll on track. So as they enter turn 11 here, rolling down that pace car, he's like, "Man, I'm just ready to get away from these guys. They're ready to run me over." Because that Porsche there is definitely not rated for racing.
No. That's, I don't know, is that early 2000s Porsche?
I don't know. Let's listen to these guys go, man. As we come down to the stripe, we are almost there.
Not quite.
Not yet. There's 2 stripes on this track. I forgot. Now we're green. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And Eric McCready is off, but he doesn't get a jump like Mike Weir did last week. As they come down to turns 1 and 2, you're going to see everybody fan out and try to get through this in one piece here. They're slowing down, and they're doing good. They're doing good so far. Looking back to the field here. They all maneuver that turn very good. That's impressive.
Wow. That is impressive.
But Eric McCready there.
Contact with some of the drivers there, but I don't think it's much to damage the cars at all.
Woo! I love the sound of these cars. And they are off. JP Alfonso back there trying to get... and somebody's in the wall coming in. We have multiple cars spinning now. Slow up, everybody. There is cars all over the track here. JP Alfonso is involved. Actually, he does not involve. He just went off track. Wow, that was crazy. Let's go back and take a look at that. Taking a look at the number 48 here, and that's just cold tires and no brakes. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He gets into the back. Who is that he got in the back of?
It looked like he got in the back of Mike Weir.
And that's some heavy damage there. Yep, and he just bounces into him there. Trees got in the way of that camera shot, but that's just no braking on his part. So Let's go back live. And Eric McCready has got a commanding lead now, about a second ahead of everybody else here. And that wreck there going into the 4th and 5th turn is definitely going to cause some headache for everybody else.
Oh, absolutely, and it's unfortunate. It looks like, so I believe that was David Tamara was involved in that as well. It was showing him in the pits.
Yep, we have James Smith in the pits too. But our guy JP Alfonso is sitting in 4th right now, battling with Mike Weir in the number 20 car. So, and we have somebody else around. That was Jamie Maudsley. Number 13, he just bounces up on the...
He cut that corner a little bit too much and just got it around.
Good job by him not getting it into anybody.
Yeah, so it looks like JP Alfonso is taking the 4th position from Mike Weir.
Actually, he's sitting in 3rd.
3rd.
Yep.
My mistake. He's gained 4 spots. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, but we do have a battle between Mason Neal and Eddie Baker here. Them two are battling hard. Coming down, I believe that's going to be turn 9. 9 and 10's coming up. And like I said, this track has long straightaways.
Mhm.
So
these guys can really pick up the speed for sure.
yep. But the thing is, as much as they pick up, they got to drop off for these turns.
Yeah, absolutely. There's another Spider-Man car. That one's nice.
Yeah. And that is where everybody checks out, guys, right there on your screen. As you can see, the timing tower is up now. So. Yeah, it is a very nice car.
Yeah, so these guys are spreading out here now. And I mean...
And we knew that would happen.
Yeah, I mean, he's only got a 1 second gap from second, and then it jumps back to JP Alfonso, who is 7 seconds back. So, I mean, Jose is right there on him. So
Yeah, there'll be a battle tonight between them two for sure. And we're just now 5 minutes into this 45-minute race. So as long as these guys can keep their tires on the ground and I'm not sure what their pit window is going to be. I'm not really good with determining that in these cars. But
yeah, it's hard to say. And I like the sign on the front of that car. It said left turn only, but I don't know if he knows he's on a road course or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This isn't NASCAR, even though I'll be there tomorrow making left turns. Let's check on our guy Eddie Baker here. See where he's sitting at. He's fighting for position here with Mason Neal.
Yeah, it looks like he's closed a gap on Neal here quite a bit. I mean, it looked like he was about 3 car lengths back the last time we were looking at him, and now he's almost right on the bumper.
Yeah, and them two are battling for that position. And I think they're going to take it easy for the first few minutes of this race and kind of determine what everybody else is going to run here tonight. But these guys are definitely doing good, staying off of each other and cornering each other very well. So as you can see, he gets a little gain there on the entering the turns. He's not braking as soon as Mason Neal is. So
yeah. Now, who put that tower there?
I don't know.
I think we gotta call our cameraman and tell him to move a little bit because I mean you can't see anything.
A lot of trees here.
Yep, there is.
And that takes 1 and 2. I'm really impressed by how well they're navigating turns 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've only had one little misstep there, and I mean all it did was just turn him around for a few seconds, and you got back it on the track.
That's it. All right, so where do they sit on track right now, Rob?
So right now we got Eric McCree leading it, and second we got Jose Puig. Third we got JP Alfonso. Fourth we got Scott Shepard. Fifth we got Mike Weir. Sixth we got John Barry. Seventh Mason Neal. Eighth Eddie Baker. Ninth Charles Harris. And 10th we got Jamie Montley.
In 11th we have Don Warren. In 12th we have Christopher Morrison. In 13th we have Aaron Bloom. And 14th we have, actually I believe Bloom just crashed. Eddie Baker, I'm sorry, Mike Weir and Bloom just had an incident. We'll go back and take a look at that in just a second. And 15th we have Sean Crooks. And 16th David Tamara. And then the two that are out of this race right now is Edward Belair and Robert John. So let's go back and take a look at the crash that Mike Weir had. He's sitting in the 20 car. Oh, and he just
lost control a little bit here, and
yep. And then Aaron Bloom has also had a little issue here. He's sitting in that Spider-Man car, number 42, and he just gets loose.
yeah, almost a little hard damage there.
Yep. Go back
live. That was at the same spot. I mean,
yep, that spot's definitely gonna be tricky for him tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Looking on the timing tower, you see any good battles that we can go watch?
Currently,
Mike Weir. Oh, right here, Mike Weir and Shepard. We've got some good battling going on here.
Look at
Oh, there's a
flames
four
coming
car.
up.
There's a four
Oh,
car
yeah,
battle.
here comes Mason Neal and Eddie Baker.
Yep.
They're right there as well.
Yeah, that's a 4-car battle right there, isn't it?
It is. It might be even 5 cars because I mean that number 962 of John Barry is right there with them. So
Yeah. And they're all, stacked up 1, 2, 3, 4 right there as far as they enter these turns here. And that's some good battling going on. They're just waiting for the first person to make a mistake.
yeah, absolutely. But I mean,
Oh, we have one off track.
oh,
Who was that? I didn't see the number on the side here.
I believe it was John Barry.
Yep, that was John Barry that got involved in that little mishap. And it did not count him off track, so we'll keep it be. Okay, JP Alfonso's trying to gain a little bit of momentum and speed here to catch up with Eric McCready as they're coming through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean he has fallen back a little bit. He's 8 seconds back now.
Yeah, and look, we got moves in the back here, side by side coming in turns 1 and 2. Oh, and he's bouncing up there on those, and it's going to cause bottleneck. And everybody gets shuffled out one by one.
Yeah, I believe this pack here is going to be battling all night. I mean, they're fairly far back, with Scott Shepard being 17 seconds back from the leader. But, I mean, everybody in behind him is only, a few hundredths of a second, maybe a second behind him. So, I mean, he's got to be looking in his mirror thinking, oh, God, here these guys come. But he's also got to focus on the
and Mike
racetrack.
Weir is off track there. And that's going to give Baker and Neal an opportunity to capitalize on that.
Yeah, it looked like John went off the track a little bit there too, and slowed up some in the gravel there.
Yep, and he just cuts it wide and didn't set that turn up right, and just gets out there. Yep, he didn't set that turn up right at all.
No. I just have to stop picking people. Every time I do, something happens.
Well, let's go look at my guy.
guaranteed.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's still there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, these guys right here are gonna be battling most of the night tonight. I have a feeling. So
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, all these guys are top contenders too. So I mean, they really, really race hard. So, I mean, it'll be fun to watch them all night here.
yeah, as you see, Jose Pugh sitting there gets a little bit of dirt on those tires. He's itching to get the turn back that he or get the time back so he can get up there with Eric. So
Yeah, and I mean, he's fallen back quite a bit. I mean, he was at like a minute or a second, 1.4 seconds behind. Now he's about 3.3 behind. So, I mean, just picking up that little bit of dirt and
Eddie Baker is off track again, and that gives Mike Weir an opportunity to go around him there. Good pass.
Yeah, that's a good pass, and he was able to keep it off the track, so he didn't collect anybody else. So.
Yep, and we'll get one more good camera angle on that, and we'll go back live. As you can see here, Eddie Baker's off in the grass there, and hey, I got a tree trimming guy I'm gonna have to call.
Yeah.
And they are still battling back and forth for these positions. And that, like you said, that's going to be something we watch all night long right there. Because, and he's stepping out. There's good blocking right there. Side by side, entering turn 11 there. I'm going to use my one cuss word tonight, them damn trees.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need to. Well, no, I don't want to do that to the Italians because I don't want them to be mad at me. We just clear the whole forest.
Okay, we got another move here. Scott Shepard's making a move on Neal here. Or is that, I'm sorry, that's
Yep,
Eddie Baker. Who am I looking at? Yeah, that's John Barry and Eddie Baker.
Yeah, there you go.
He thought he had something there, but 1 and 2 is not a turn you make a pass in at all.
No, I mean, it's really, really tight there. So, I mean, unless somebody really messes up, then you can make the pass. But, I mean, you can almost barely fit 2 cars wide there. So
Yeah. And you can see the damage that Aaron
somebody
Bloom
just spun
has.
around, it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, that they're just having issues back in the back there tonight. That was Christopher Morrison there. You can see the damage he's got on that left front. And the rear damage that Aaron Bloom has is definitely going to cause him not to do well. And you see there Aaron Bloom, I'm sorry, Christopher Morrison gets his back left tire off the ground. And
Yeah, just kind of broke him loose.
Yep. Got some moves happening up front there.
Yeah, so we're about
As you see Mike Weir making that car as wide as he can make it to keep these guys from getting ahead. Oh, watch that him come down. Fighting right there with Eddie Baker, John Barry, and Charles Harris. And you see him flashing his lights there. I don't think they're in lap traffic yet.
No, he is not happy with him.
They're all wanting that position. You can see how tight they are. Let's see if that affects the cornering here. Oh, good block. And that's going to affect his turn here. But how much is it going to affect it by? Not too much.
No, he does get the position, though. So, I mean, that might be what he was warning him about. Just, hey, I'm coming to pass you. So just be prepared.
Yep.
It's just weird seeing these cars with lights on them. I mean, we saw them with lights at, Atlanta, but it was nighttime. It's not middle of the day, so. A flame is coming out of the back of that McLaren. Oh, that's a beautiful sight.
Yes, definitely. Sometimes they actually will have some, if they have an oil leak or a gas leak, that can actually cause some gas to catch fire on the back of their car and put them out of the race. And we do have somebody on pit road now. Christopher Morrison just went into pit road. And he's currently sitting on pit road at this time. I'm getting word that he did have an accident. Let's go and take a look at that. Christopher Morrison is right there in the 983 car. I think that was the same accident from earlier. Yeah, it was.
I mean, he does have damage on that front splitter, so, I mean, he's not going to be as fast, but, I mean, it looks like they were able to get the damage repaired, and...
Yep. It looks like JP Alfonso is catching up with number 2, and Jose is catching up with number 1, so maybe they're going to get together and have some good racing.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, they're still pretty much where they were a few laps ago. I mean, second place is 3 seconds back, and JP Alfonso is 8 seconds back. So,
yep.
I mean, these top 3. I mean, they're 20, almost 16, 17 seconds ahead of the 4th place car, Mason Neal.
Yep. And when we the driver this week that has the in-car camera is Mike Weir, actually. So when Mike Weir gets back around to the stripe, we are going to go in-car with him and take a lap around with him and just listen to his throttle control he has and his braking points and see how he's doing it. So once he gets around here to the start-finish line, we'll ride along with him. As you can see, he's battling really, really good right now, trying to maintain the position he's got. Right now, he's going to have a top 10 finish once we reach the 45-minute +1 mark.
Yeah, and he's slowly reeling Eddie Baker in here.
Oh,
So,
and he does go by Eddie Baker there.
oh yeah, he does get the position from him.
Yep, that's going to make him fifth now.
You know, he's only 3 seconds back from Mason Neal. Is he gonna have? Well, he will have the time to make that up, but let's see how long it will actually take him to get there.
Yep, I think he'll do well. So,
Yeah,
like I said,
he
as we
does
come
have
back to
lap
the stripe
traffic in
here,
front of him. So
that's not the position. That's not the camera I wanted. There we go. And you'll be able to hear his braking points here, riding along and seeing how he's doing it. You can hear him shifting all the way down to first gear there. I kind of wish I was out there with him, but I know I'd spin out in a heartbeat here.
oh, absolutely. I think I'd manage one lap, if that.
Takes that turn beautifully.
Yeah. Although if they opened the track and we were allowed to cut corners, I'd do absolutely fine here.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
I don't think you can cut corners in these cars. You wouldn't be able to control it very well.
Well, I don't know. Have you ever seen me drive on ice? I mean, we're used to that in Canada, so.
Do you drive on it at 150 miles an hour?
Maybe not that quick, but.
And listen to the way he's braking here. I love to hear how these drivers are doing it. As he gets a little loose there, seems to control it real good though.
Yeah.
And as they come up, we're going to be entering turn 11 and heading to the front stretch. And Christopher Morrison is back in the pits. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened with that in just a second. He did have an off-track incident. Good stuff by Mike Weir.
Yeah, that's an absolute joy. I love those cameras.
Yeah. All right, so Christopher Morrison jumped back into the pits. Let's take a look, see what happened here. Oh, he just gets around and he bangs that front end off the wall again.
Yep.
And
that's
he just
unfortunate for him.
Yep.
He's not having a good night tonight, that's for sure.
No, he's not. Looking on track here, we have a position battle between Scott Shepard and Charles Harris here. We're watching those right now.
Well, it looks like Jose and JP have started to reel in the leader as well. I mean, the Jose's only 2 seconds back now. JP Alfonso's only 7 seconds back. So they're slowly starting to chip away at that lead of Eric McCready.
Yeah, but 7 seconds is a long way in these cars. You know, it's hard to break that down, but you will have to look at pitting here soon. So it's going to be really, really neat to see how these guys do it. These guys, when they pit, they take a little bit longer to pit. It's not like NASCAR where we have 12-second, 10-second, pit stop times. They're going to be on the pit road for a minute. So how is that going to affect going forward, Yeah,
it's hard to say. And I mean, we're 22 minutes into this 45-minute race, and the crew chiefs have got to be, yelling in their ear like, hey, we got to get ready to pit here soon. So, but mind you, I'm not 100% sure because I don't race these, so I'm not sure how much fuel these cars actually have. But I believe when we were at Atlanta, they pitted at least once. They had to have.
Yeah, they had to pit in their 45-minute time, and it was about the 30-minute mark. So,
okay. Just kind of top up on fuel just to get that last 15 minutes in. Yeah,
definitely, and they're going to want some new tires too. And when people start pitting, that's going to be interesting to see here. As you can see, everybody on pit road waiting to take back off. It's going to be interesting to see how they do because they're going to be back on new tires. And this track is still 100 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at the weather here. It's actually 103 degrees now, so that track is just increasing in temperature. So
Yeah, I mean, as these cars drag on, I mean, you know, they're laying down the rubber, and it's it's going to be hard on them. So, you know, right now we're going to you know, bring a word from our sponsors. We'll go picture in picture here, so you don't miss the action that's going on here. So, just sit back and enjoy some racing, and just a few words from our sponsors.
all right, so we're riding along here, watching James Smith riding in the number 6, or riding in 6th position in the number 45 car. He's doing well, you know. He doesn't have anybody to battle with, so he's just trying to put laps down right now, and he seems to be doing just fine.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looks like Mike Weir's currently taking first position.
Yep.
It may have been because Eric McCready had pitted. I do believe he did.
Yep. Let's go take a look at the pit stunts if we can. I got to figure out where that button is. Here we go. So, yep. McCready actually did not pit. Did something happen? Let's go see if we can take a look and see if that pass here.
Because I do know Mike.
Oh,
Weir
he
was,
did. Yep. Eric McCready
okay.
did pit. So,
Yeah, so Eric McCready and I believe Jose. I think Jose may have stayed out.
yeah, I think he did.
But Mike Weir's coming into the pits here now, so
Yep.
he'll probably lose that first position.
And that should
Well, he
give
will lose that
time
first
for
position.
Alfonso to get up there, maybe. But Don Ware and Mike Ware, Don Warren and Mike Ware is now sitting in pits. I think you said that, though.
I didn't see Warren come into the pits.
And we're watching the first 8, the top 8 right now. James Smith actually pitted on lap 1. I think something happened with his car. He may have got some damage going into the first turn there. Oh, we do have 478. Who is that? I think they're battling with some lap traffic now.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, because currently it's Jose in first. And I believe. Oh no, that's the number 2 car. So that's going to be Eric McCready in the Audi.
Yep, and I believe that's going to be Don or David Tamara in that car, in the 418 car. That's who they're battling with. He's currently sitting 14th. And there's a good battle between second right now, first and second.
You're gonna try and make that car 5 lanes wide.
I don't know.
No, he's gonna let him go.
Yep, he's gonna gonna let him go, and thought he was heading to the pits there for a second. But they're still side by side here, heading into turns 1 and 2 here. And Jose is gonna be your new leader if he can hold on to it. But there is.
Does that car say McMullet Entertainment?
I think it does.
Oh, that's awesome.
Party in the rear. Yep, that has to be something. Listen, hold on. Here we go. Woohoo! Love the sound of that.
Wow.
Good camera angles tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Our camera crew works hard.
Guys, yeah, they did great. I mean, they had to drill into the track there to get that camera in there. So.
Yep, we're getting some word from the fans that his name is Eric McMullet McCready.
Okay. that makes sense now.
As they go side by side down the straight, they're passing under that high embanked turn that they used to run here in the 50s. And they're side by side going into this S turn here.
They force him up a little wide, but I mean, he does the same thing right back, pushes him back down. So.
Yep. And there's Alfonso. He may make a move here. He's got to battle that lap traffic with David Tamara, but he's up there now. He's pitted. You know, he's got some time, you know, to get up there now, since I don't think he'll have to pit again. So
no, I mean, we're coming to the 30-minute mark, so I mean, he does only have 15 minutes left. So
yep, he will have to push to get this he will have to push to get this position. So
well, it looks like David Tamara went into the pit, so he's not worried about the lap traffic now, unless we come up on some more. But now all he is focused on those leaders to slowly start reeling them in, because I mean, he's only 3 seconds back now, so I mean, he's halved what he was back. I mean, I know pitting kind of changes things up and ruffles some things, but
well, and I just seen lap traffic there coming up. Christopher Morrison is out of the pits, and he's in front of the leaders. So can he somewhat hold him up to let JP go by, or you know, was there going to be an issue there as we see the drone camera? Good look there.
I mean, as these leaders come to, you know, the lap traffic, they will get the blue and yellow flag, which tells them basically, hey, the cars behind you are the leaders. Do not defend. So what Morrison's going to try and do is just kind of hold his line so that, you know, he doesn't hold the guys up. But yeah, and apparently we had Mason Neal had a little bit of a technical difficulty. So it seems he may be out for the rest of the race.
Oh, that's a bummer, because he was doing well too. He was doing well. Getting word that Eddie Baker has had an accident. Let's go take a look at that. Eddie Baker's going to be that Porsche right down there at the bottom that the camera's focused on. And he's on those fresh tires there.
Yeah, and just gets turned.
And he's in the turn too, so these guys don't know where that's at. They're having to rely on the spotters and on the track to figure out where these guys are. So
hopefully that didn't cause too much damage on the car, and you know, he can still put down some pretty fast lap times. So
yeah, as you see, the leaders leave turn 2.
So you really need to get a hold of your pruning guy and be like, hey, like, we have a racetrack here. You know, we need cameras set up so we can see the action. We need these trimmed back some.
Yeah, even the drone camera can't get in there.
Yeah, so Alfonso is closing that gap a little bit. I mean, he's only 3 seconds back. So he's cut down almost a second on his distance behind them. So
yeah, and he's going to gain even more right here coming into this turn. Looking back to the field here, we do have some good position battles right here coming in for. Let's see, make sure my timing screen's accurate. So, James Smith has got the battle lap traffic. Mike Weir's got the battle some lap traffic. But everybody else seems to be in the right order that I can see. Eddie Baker's currently setting 9th right now. So, it's been about, a good 15, 20 minutes since we did our grid. So let's go through the grid real quick. See where these guys are sitting at.
Just give me a second here.
Oh, and there was a pass. Actually, hold your thought there. We're going to watch this. There's a battle here for first between Jose and Eric McCready. And Jose does get the position from Jose. I'm sorry, Jose does get the position from McCready. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. As they battle down into turns 1 and 2. He cut him off there, and that's a good move by him to get that position.
Block.
Yeah, definitely.
Just close the door on him. So currently we got Jose Puig in first. Second, we got Eric McCready, JP Alfonso in third, James Smith in fourth, Mike Weir fifth, Sean Crooks sixth, Scott Shepard seventh, eighth we got Charles Harris, at ninth Eddie Baker, and 10th we got John Barry.
And 11th, we have Jamie Maudsley. In 12th, let me find it, we have Don Warren. And 13th, Aaron Bloom. And 14th, David Tamara. 15th, Christopher Morrison. 16th, Mason Neal, who is out of this race now. 17th, John Roberts. And 18th, Edward Belair.
I wonder if they have mechanical issues that they weren't able to get onto the track, because I know they were in practice. So
yeah. I don't know. Maybe they had some issues come up. JP Alfonso has taken the position from Eric McCready. Eric McCready may have some damage here. Oh, Eric McCready gets loose.
He gets loose. It looks like he kept it off the wall, though, so he might not have damage. But he just had to slow up just to keep it off that wall.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
No, he did catch the wall.
Yep, he did catch the wall, and that gave the opportunity for JP to scoot right on by with no issue there.
Yeah, now he's only 1.8 seconds back from the leader. So, I mean, this is going to be tough for Jose, because, I mean, JP's really fighting for this, and, he wants redemption from last week.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised JP didn't try to find Mason Neal out there and give him a piece of his mind or a piece of his tire from last week. But they, I think they're pretty cordial with one another, so they knew that racing's racing, and things like that happens. Sean Crooks is currently sitting in 5th with his plaid car. Reminds me of going golfing. I don't know why.
I can't wait to go golfing. I haven't been on the golf course yet.
Oh yeah, well, I heard they're nice over here, but I'm ready for the real one in June. when you come down and we can, hit a few golf courses up. That'll be fun.
Oh, absolutely. I got my bags packed already. I'm waiting.
Yep. Eddie Baker is currently sitting 8th right now, pushing for that position from Scott Shepard, but he does have a lap car in front of him that he's got to battle, which is David Tamara. And David's just trying to get a lap back, but technically speaking, he can't pass without getting the blue flag, so it's going to be hard to see how these guys move forward with this.
JP Alfonso is now currently 1.4 seconds back as they head into turns 1 and 2 here.
Yep, and Jose needs to make sure that everything he does from this point forward is perfect, because we are less than 10 minutes. We're not pitting again. If we pit, it's because you did something to your car or a tire blew out. It's going to be really awesome to see how this race ends, because JP is hawking him down, and Jose is going to have to make that car as many lanes as he can make it wide to make sure that we are, so he can make sure he wins tonight. So,
yeah, I mean, he'll want to do that, but I mean, also doing that, slows down the car quite a bit because I mean, you know, you're focused on making the car wide.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you also have to be focused on making the car go forward. So, you know, even scrubbing those tires down, then you're gonna risk, you know, cutting a tire down or something, and then you know putting yourself into the wall maybe.
Yep. And I'm getting word that Aaron Bloom had an accident. Let's look at it. Aaron Bloom's going to be in that. Make sure we're on the right.
Spider-Man car.
The Spider-Man car. Oh, and he comes out
Oh
of
yeah.
that turn and just grabs the wall.
Wow.
Oh, and he almost collects cars with him as you see him. Get off the track, man. Get away. If you can put it in reverse, get off track because these guys are coming in hot and they can't see you.
No, there's a blind corner, so I mean, that's a really bad place to you know spin out and kind of sit in the middle of the track there. So
Yep.
I'm glad he was able to throw it in reverse and get off the track.
Yep. And as you can see, JP is trying to make this track as short as he can make it to gain some time on the leader, Jose Puig there in the Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean he's only a second back now, so I mean he's picked up 0.3 of a second in a lap. So
Yep.
I mean he's right there.
And we got a battle back in the back for fifth between Harris and Scott Shepard. Scott's trying to gain as much as he can on him.
He's currently 3 seconds back from him, but I mean Harris he just passed a lapped car, so I mean it'll be interesting.
Yep, and Alfonso is on the bumper of the leader, and JP makes the move for the position. We have a battle here for first, guys.
Yeah, with 5 minutes left to go, you know JP's just trying to push to get that position. But, you know, Eric McCready's right back there with him. So, I mean, you know, as much as JP is focused on the leader, he also has to be worried about Eric in the back. So,
Yeah, but he does have damage on the front of that car, though. He has a little bit of damage that I can see there. Is that going to affect him to get up there?
I don't know, because, I mean, he did fall a fair ways behind, but, I mean, it seemed he made it up fairly quickly. So.
Yep, and it looks like JP is having some pop-in issues, some connection problems tonight. So hopefully we don't let that affect him too much, because they are battling strong.
Yeah.
As they come down to the stripe here, they're single file, and JP is pushing for some draft for this guy.
Yeah, we're speeds like 167 miles an hour on that front stretch.
Yep, and he's trying to get him to make a move here, but Jose is like, no, I'm just gonna stay straight here. I'm not worried about you. Oh, but
Yeah,
JP gets to the outside, but it's not enough though to get by him. So he should just tuck his nose back in and get a little more of a draft there.
He does have this left-hand corner coming up here, so he might dive to the inside here. But it looks like he'll just tuck in behind him, and he'll get him at another time.
Yeah, probably a good move because, you know, he still has, you know, about 4 minutes left in the race, so he has enough for probably 2 laps. But he's trying to battle here, and Jose is just shutting the door on every corner he possibly can to keep him away. And they're going to be battling all the way to the end.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't see any other. Actually, I do see one battle here. Nope, that's not a battle. I'll go back right here and watch the middle of this battle. As you see, they're tucked in line. They're just. I mean, you can see how in formation they are. They're trying to gain a little bit of a draft here, and I told you that would be something to look out for at this track because of the long straightaways.
Yeah. You know, you want your car to have that, you know, that air in behind. So, I mean, you just kind of tuck in and get as streamlined as possible and get her down. So,
Yep, as you see them right there. And JP puts it out wide here, but that's not going to be anything for Jose. Jose's going to go into turn 1 and 2, and he gets a little bump off the rumble strips there.
Yeah, so slowed him down just a little bit.
I'm watching for the flag man down here in the booth to see if that flag's going to wave. He should wave it at the 45-minute mark. So.
Yeah, we got about a minute and a half left to go.
And it's
so
just
JP's got
oh, and JP gets a little air on the right side. I'm sorry for cutting you off there. JP gets a little bit of air there on that right side, and he is battling. He knows it's time to go.
Yeah. You know, the spotter's telling him, hey, we only got
like and JP!
Go. And JP gets that. Oh, he just got a little loose there.
Oh, man. Good pass by JP, but bad performance on that turn by Jose there. As you see him just get loose there and grab that wall, and that's going to push his toe out of line for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he just got into the power a little bit too early on that turn.
Yep.
And, you know, he knew JP was behind him, so he's like, I just got to go. But, you know, he may have just given it a little bit too much too early. And
yep. But hey, we have another battle forming here between 1 and 2 again. Eric McCready, who is the fastest in practice, is battling with JP now for that front position.
Yeah, we're coming to 30 seconds left in this race.
Yep. Depending on where JP is on track, they may go ahead and throw the white flag for him somewhere along the first few turns. So we're going to watch for that as they come down to turns 1 and 2. Is Eric McCready gonna be able to make a pass here? JP just needs to be careful tonight with this win if he gets it, or with this position, because one mistake on a turn, you know, you overdrive it and it could spin you out, like we've seen with Jose, who is currently sitting on pit lane now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mike Weir will have that third position.
Well, that's a tough break.
As you see, they're battling. Oh! Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
It looked like he drove right through him there for a second.
Yep. As you see, they're coming down. White flag is not in the air as of yet. Not in the air as of yet, and there is a battle. It should be this time by. We are at the 40-second mark. Oh, and McCready makes that outside. He's going to go side by side. Oh, I guess not. He's going to stuck it back in and say, I'm going to wait on this one.
Yeah. Although, if he wants to make a move, now's the time. I mean, you don't have a lot of time left in this race. As soon as he comes around, he'll get that white flag thrown.
Should get that white flag thrown. Should. Oh, and he's battling for that position. He's trying to figure out what side's going to work. But JP knows that inside line is his best line. But McCready is battling. They're side by side coming out of turn 11. They're going to be side by side coming down to the stripe here. This is going to be the checkered flag. Who is going to have it? This side by side, I don't know. I don't know.
Too close to call.
Too close to call. Oh my God.
I believe JP may have gotten it just by a nose.
I don't know. That last lap time was 150.62 for JP and 150.12 by Eric McCready. I don't know who has that spot. I'm not sure. Let's go back and take a look at that checkered and see if we can see. I'm going to give it a pause here if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I can find a good camera here. We'll see. We'll see if we can show it from JP's angle here. As they come down to the line, move the camera over this way. We're watching for the stripe here. The stripe is right up there where the beta sign is. And Eric McCready is still side by side, but JP has the nose.
Yeah, it looks like JP takes it.
Oh man, I can't tell. I cannot tell. Oh man. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. The unofficial results are this, and we'll go ahead and throw them up there for everybody to see. Uh, it shows that JP got it.
Yeah.
Holy crap! By 1/100th of a second
Wow.
over Eric McCready. Let's pull these guys in and talk about that last lap. Everybody watching in the chat tonight, I want you to clip the heck out of this and share it around because this is the type of racing that these guys put on. So clip it, share the stream, share everything. That was a fantastic race tonight, showing these two. Let's talk to them.
All right, let's see if we can get JP on the radio here. JP, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
How you guys doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. Well, you got it by 1/100th of a second. How do you feel?
Well, right now I'm out of breath. I think I have to check my underwear right now. You know, all I can think of is like he cannot take all this hard work that I just put up. He cannot do this. He cannot embarrass me like that in front of everybody. He can't.
But you worked your butt off tonight for that position.
Oh.
And then when you got the position, you held it well. But Eric McCready, by 1/100th of a second, finished in second.
Well, you know, this is all I can say. It don't really matter all the work that I put out tonight. That man, I mean, I can tell you right now, for me, he's the best. He put up the best show tonight. He really like tied up that screw and you know, focus and don't make any mistakes. Perfection. I mean, if I something that I can say, I mean, I cannot speak right now. He really put up a show.
Yeah, and I'm looking. I just paused it for people to look at it at the line here from the grid camera. This is the closest finish I have ever seen. Besides NASCAR at a Daytona or Talladega, this is the closest I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, like my tires. I mean, to keep up that pace during the whole race, in the 149s, you know, and with all one set of tires, I mean, that was insane. You know, I don't know how, and it's paying out later in the race, especially being so light with less fuel. So yeah, the last carousel, the last turn, I can feel my car completely sliding all over that turn.
Yeah.
And the more I can try to grab the road, I can, and like it was like impossible. I don't know how that car kept moving forward.
Yeah, you did well, and you were battling Jose most of the evening tonight, trying to get up there. You started well. You practiced well. You qualified, kind of okay. Not the best I've seen you qualify before, but you worked your car through the field like we knew you would tonight, and all the training that you had coming up to this definitely paid off tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I put a lot of work. You know, the only thing that you know it wasn't on my favor tonight is that it was the temperature. The temperature on the track, it was a little bit different than when I was practicing. When I was practicing and tuning the car, it was in the 90s and 97. By mid practice, turning coming into the race, it was low 100s, and so the grip wasn't there the way that I was doing in practice. So I went off the track my first round on the qualifying, and I got one off track, and then the second lap, I said, well, I better be more conservative because if I don't put out at least one lap, that it would have been a lot worse.
Yeah, Rob, I just want you to take a look at look down at the screen here. I've got it paused. That's how close it was coming across the stripe.
Wow.
That you literally look like you finished both in first place tonight. Looking at what I'm seeing here tonight, that's what it looks like. So it's your fans.
I'm flabbergasted.
That was amazing tonight. I am shocked tonight. I mean, the biggest thing is that the biggest question I got for you tonight is, you drove well and everything, and I know your fans are proud of you, What do you got to say to your friends tonight?
I mean, all I can say is they need to build a rig and join us. Everybody needs to get on board with iRacing, and so we can practice and we can race together. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you get stuff like this every week. Every week with Happy Hour, you get stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, who needs to go to the gym with a race like this? I'm already all sweaty.
Exactly. Weight loss 101. Just drive GT3 and you're good.
Yep. And guys, for the guys that wasn't here yesterday for the announcement, JP, who is the winner of this race, will be in the broadcast booth with me tomorrow night as a special guest for the Daytona race. Are you excited about that tomorrow night?
Well, let's see how that goes. I will do my best.
Yep.
All right. Well, we look forward to it, and again, congratulations, and we'll see you back here next week.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Yep. All right, let's talk to Eric.
Let's see if we can get Eric down here.
Is he around? I really hope he is.
Eric, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Oh, no, you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Do I need to talk louder?
Oh, man. My internet's not happy with me right now.
Well, we'll hold you for just a
I
second.
think I got...
So, 1/100th of a second is what the unofficial results are showing.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to ruin your broadcast, but if you guys can hear me, I'm getting like random words through here, but
All right. Well,
oh wait, no, I heard that.
Okay, you got us now?
Think we're getting better? We're getting clear?
Well, if you can hear me, just give us some final thoughts. You were 1/100th of a second away from winning this race tonight. Just go over that last lap.
Oh, so earlier on the race, it was me and Jose up front, and Jose outbraked himself, went through the chicane. I thought he had a slowdown, so I'm like, you know what? Let me save my tires a little bit. Turns out Jose didn't have a slowdown, and then JP caught up. JP's fast. The dude's just good. Like he didn't qualify great, but he's really fast. But my heart rate was going, I don't know, 200 beats per minute. I'm still kind of shaking a little bit. I lifted at the end to let him win. He's the league sponsor. I totally lifted. That's what happened. That's official.
That's officially what happened, because I don't know, man. That's pretty close.
Don't look at the telemetry. It's lying. I lifted.
You put on a great show in the night. You ran in first, like I said, most of the race tonight. I mean, just give us some final thoughts and what you want to say to your fans of this.
My fans, well, Mom, thank you. I love you. Happy belated Mother's Day.
There you go.
There we go. All right, Eric, it was great talking to you, and we hope to see you here next week.
Sounds good.
All right, and then we got Mike Weir. Let's see if we can get him in here. Mike, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Hey, how's it going?
Well, you qualified fourth, finished third. I mean, you got to be pretty happy with the results.
Yeah, I'm really happy considering this is not my best track, but it was nice to represent my team for the wrong stuff 3 podiums in a row now for me, so that's pretty exciting for me. Like I said, I'm not really good on this track, but honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't keep it clean for the first about 5 laps of the race, because I think I would have actually had the pace to keep up with JP and Eric and Jose. Got a little loose going into turns 8, 9 there. Sorry, turns 3 and 4 a couple times, and unfortunately, I found my braking points after that, and I just kept it smooth the rest of the race.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know the results so far, but 1/100th of a second between JP and Eric.
Yeah, I was 23.4 seconds behind them. I was sort of taking it easy last couple laps of the race, and I could see their gaps because I had race labs going, and I was watching. I'm third place. I'm like, my only chance is these two get together, right? And I saw the gaps, and I'm like, these guys are neck and neck and neck. I want to watch this, but I'm in third place. I can't see it.
Look, we got you covered, brother. Watch our broadcast tonight, because this was the best finish I've seen since Talladega and Daytona, where we got
one for sure.
1/100,000th of a second finishes in those races.
Yeah.
This is the closest I've seen in this league yet. So
Yeah, that's close as I've seen for GT3 racing, and I mean, my finish was kind of boring, but that was very exciting. So it was a good thing to watch. And like I said, I'm glad I got the points today. It was, I took advantage of a few mistakes that some other drivers made, and I think Mason got disconnected, unfortunately. But I mean, it is what it is, and I took advantage of that. So put it on the podium, and I'm happy with that.
yep, good,
Absolutely, you can't
good
ask
stuff.
for any more than that. So
No,
I mean,
and you did well tonight. I mean, you are podium. You got P3. You're the lowest man on the podium, but I mean, hey, that's
Yep.
still something for your
Hey.
team. That's good, and your sponsors you got. I mean, that you're still gonna get a check from them. So
Yep, this is my not my best track, so I'm happy, and I'm actually just waiting for Bathurst to come up because that's the one I'm eyeing. I've been eyeing that all season, and I'm really glad they added to the schedule, and that's my track. So
yep. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you there, and hopefully you'll come in first there.
all right,
all right,
So-
thanks a lot, Mike.
Yep. Thank you,
thank you very much. Bye bye.
Rob.
Wow,
Flabbergasted.
I'm still speechless. I don't even know what to say.
I I don't either. Wow.
I mean, I know GT3 is exciting, but I didn't know it could be this exciting.
I knew the battles. I've been watching it. And I know the battles are good. You know, we sit there on Twitch and watch some random guy in a GT3 race battle his heart out and went from like 18th position to like 5th. And we were rooting for him the entire way, so I knew it could be exciting. But 1/100th of a second exciting? You know what? I don't care. This is my new favorite sport of
absolutely.
motorsports. This is my new favorite as of right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's mine too. And I mean, wow. I still don't even know what to say. It's, I may not have been driving the cars, but my heart rate's up there just rooting for them. So
I'm gonna have to replay because I'm pretty sure I screamed at it when we were coming down to the line. So I apologize for anybody that was watching that may have got your ears blown off. I apologize, but that was exciting, and I hope everybody holds the same excitement that I had.
oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure I'll have to, once I get these headphones off, I'll check my ears. But I I think they're all right for now.
Whew. Wow.
So, final thoughts on the race here, Andrew.
Yep. Final thoughts. I knew Jose and Mike Weir was going to be contenders tonight. Even with Jose's spin out on the last lap, it was still, something to look at, Mike Weir, was able to get ahead of Jose there after his spin, and that's unfortunate for Jose because he would have won tonight. But JP kept putting that pressure on him, and I think that's why he overdrove the car coming out of turn 11. So that give Eric the chance to come up on JP because JP had to check up, right?
Yeah.
If JP had stayed in it, he'd have went right there with him. So that checkup give Eric just enough time to get up there beside and battle, actually have a position to battle with JP. So just going back and watching it, and I've watched it over and over for the guys, and we were talking to JP, I could not see it from the camera angles we had who won that race. We're going off of actual time telemetry on who won the race. So
yeah, because I mean, he had it by a splitter. That's all it was.
And our timing screen was showing Eric to be the winner, but the telemetry that I've got on the side was showing Alfonso to be the winner. So it was a battle of technologies of who won that, and that is actually in room for like a margin of error between technologies. They may go back and get the official results and find out Eric won it. But the unofficial results, JP's got it. So, I'm just wow. What's your final thoughts? Because that's mine.
I mean, we knew it was going to be a tough race. I mean, the track was really hot, like JP said. When he was practicing, the track temperatures were in the 90s. When we got on track, they started at 100 degrees.
Yes.
So, I mean, right there, the drivers have to change their driving style. And, personally, I'm kind of glad because if you see, my pick is P3. So does that mean a curse is broken?
I don't know.
I don't.
Which
I
one
don't
did I
know.
pick? Because my memory has shot me
You,
again.
you chose Jose, who
Okay,
finished
well,
fourth.
Okay. Okay.
So, but I mean, my guy finished podium, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. I may submit the clip to iRacing and see if we can't get a top 10, get a top 10 video on iRacing's website this month for the month of May. You may see this, everybody may see this finish because this was a heck of a finish between them two. So
it was.
if nobody clipped it, I'm clipping it. So that beautiful racing by these guys tonight.
Yeah, and I'm excited for next week already, and
I can't pronounce the race that we're going to next week, so I'm just gonna. Well, you'll figure it out next week. Looking at the credits scene, and you'll see it.
Wurtemberg.
What you said.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I guess I don't know.
You want me to close it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, guys watching from home on the Twitch channel, or if you're listening to us in the booth, that right there is what happy hour is about. We're not able to do this broadcast without our sponsors, which are JP Alfonso Studios and Admin Box, and we definitely couldn't put on a showing like this without happy hour racing. So it's a free league. You don't have to pay money to get into it. You don't have to have a certain skill set to get into it. This league puts on races like this every week, and we hope that you and your friends and anybody that loves racing, just any type of racing. I didn't like road racing until I started broadcasting it, and now I'm racing in an MX-5 race. Come into this league and put some laps down. You'll learn to love these guys, and you'll learn to love to race like pros do. So, in closing, if you're listening from home, you're listening in the stands, if you're driving home tonight or flying back home to the States, just be careful tonight, man. It's a bad, bad world out there, and we hope that everybody that comes and watches our streams finds a place to kind of get away from reality with this. That's why we do this, to get people away and from the realities that they may have going on in their lives, and we want people to smile and have fun with it. So we love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be here with JP in the booth. Rob will be on the track at Daytona, but we'll see you tomorrow night at Daytona International.
I'm excited for sure.
Yep. Well, we love you guys, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.